you that when you are creating a floor, a structural floor, so you may have a slope. So how you can make your floor adjust with this slope for your all the beam and all. Okay, so how can you do that? So first of all, I have created, okay, I have created with different heights. Let me show you in the elevation. There you can see that I have different heights. For this, you can see that this is the base level, level 1, and the top level, that is level 2. And for this, you can see that there is a top offset minus 305, and this beam is connected in this way. Okay, so you are getting this slope, right? Now let me go to this level 2. Here you can see that this is the plan or the structure layout. And if I go to the structure, and there if I create that floor, structural floor, and if I choose this, suppose I'm going to choose this one, all right, or I can choose this one also. No matter what type you choose, where it will be placed, it will be placed at level 2. And let me go with this rectangle shape. You can choose this pick wall or pick supports. So I'm going with this. Let me place it from here. Okay, and this is done. If you want to constant, you can do it. So that is not needed right now. Let me do it. Finish. And there you can see that your floor is placed flat, right? Your floor placed flat, correct? Let me show you that this floor is placed this way, right? If you want to move it up, you can move it also. Just you just check that what is the thickness. The total thickness is 210. So you have to give that offset 210. Okay. Now what you should do, when you select this floor, in the architecture, in the Revit architecture, we have learned how to create some slope with this modify sub elements or adding some points, right? You all remember, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Is
Yes.
response, guys? Yes,
Yes.
yes. Now I will do the same with this pick support. Okay, I will do the same with this pick support. So as per this support, it will create that sub elements or those points, and based on that, this slope will be defined. So go with this pick support option, and let's select this support. And here you can see, as per this support, it's adjusted, right? So this way you have to select all these supports. Okay, first select all these outer, select all the outer ones. Okay, all these outer ones are selected. Now you have to select all the inner ones. Let me select these. Okay, and there you can see, as per this, this is adjusted, right? Okay, done. Cancel it. And if you want to make it again a flat, so then you can go with this reset shape, and you can have it. Okay. And after that, you go with this area reinforcement, click on OK. And then you have to define the rebar line. So for that, you can go to this level 2, where specify Let me go with this point, and you can see this is the major direction. So the main bar will be placed in this direction. Okay, so if you want to change the major direction, can select this way, and this is the major direction right now, and can finish it. Some part is outside of it. Let me check. Okay, so I have selected outside of it. Let me select. Yes, select this. Okay, so make sure you select this reinforcement boundary, and then go for this edit boundary option. Okay, that is outside of it. Let me select here. Okay, then go for finish. Yeah, that is okay right now. All right, and after that, after selecting all that, you can go to this visibility state, and there you can check this as solid so that you can see it in the 3D view. Make sure the detail level is set to fine. Okay, and you will be able to see the reinforcement. Okay, so this way we can place, all right, this reinforcement that is placed. Okay, now
So
I will show you. Yes,
hello.
hello.
This left will be on the finishing line, na, sir? The end of
I have placed now.
finishing line of the beam.
No, I'm not placing there currently, as because I have placed this slab there, or the floor there. As per that, I'm placing it. Okay, if my all these slabs, so let me delete it. Okay, let me select this floor. Okay, so now what I do, I will go this slab, go for slab, can go for this big support. You have to draw these lines. Okay, let me complete it. Okay, so this is the boundary for your slab, and go for finish. So this one you were asking, right? So if you have this slab, which is placed from your beam inner edges, and then you can go for the area, and then you can select this. Okay, that as the rebar line. Let me go with this pick line option. Let me go with this trim. Okay, so now let's go with this finish. And if you want to define the major direction, you can change the major direction, already. And now these are placed. Okay. Is this solved now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. All right. So now let me go to the truss. Okay. So I will show you how to place trusses. And let me go to the structure tab. And here we have this truss option. So this is the structural truss you can place just by placing lines, and after that you can adjust it as per the roof. Okay, so I'll show you. For that I will go to this roof level. Okay, and I will make this as fine, and then I'll go with this wireframe. So all these will be visible within this wireframe, and then go for the truss. So when you will select this first, you will see that no trusses are loaded. So first you have to load all these trusses, then only you can place. So you see that no structural trusses family is loaded in this project. Yes, I would like to load one, click on yes, and you will find that there are structural truss option. Yes, this structural truss, and from this list you can choose any of this one. Okay, so you can choose any of this one, whatever feel that is your requirement. So you can choose like this one or this one, whatever is your requirement, you can choose it. All right, so let me go with this flat truss. Let me click on open, and that is selected right now. We have two ways to draw. Suppose if you have the outline for the trusses, you can just go with this pick line option with the tag on placement. When placing, you can tag them, and you can mention all those tags in the keynotes or the schedules. Uh, and you can highlight about the tags in the keynotes. So I'll go with this line option, and I will draw. Okay, and this is the wall. So I will draw it from here. From here to here, I will draw. Okay, and I'll do the same from here also. All right, and from the middle, I'll draw one, and this way I can fill it up. Okay, within this same gap, I can just fill it up. All right, so let me show you with this three truss, and you know how to place. And here you see that this is the level. Now the placement plane you have selected. Okay, and now let me cancel it, and now let me go to the 3D view. You will see that these trusses are placed right now. And after placing this truss, you have to make it as per the roof. So for that, how you can do it? You can go to this truss, select it, and go for this attach top or bottom. And this is the top, this is connected, and select the roof. And there you can see that as per this is attached, right? And here we are getting some distortion profile. Later we will adjust it. Okay, we will adjust this later. We do the same for this also. Select it, go for attach top or bottom, and select this top. And there you can see. Okay. So there also we need to adjust some. All right, so no problem with that. Here I will go this attach top or bottom, and I will select this as top. Okay. Okay. So now, as you can see that we have connected all our trusses to the roof, but we are getting some distortion here, right? So for that, to adjust the profile, to change this, let me go to that roof level, and there let me create a section view. I'll go to the section view. First, I'm creating for any particular one. So let me select it, and okay, so let me flip this, and then let me go to this view, go to view. Okay, so here you can see, and I will open this fine detail, and I'll go this wireframe right now, or else I can go this realistic if it is needed. Okay, and this is the truss. You can see that this one is selected. I can go with this HI. There it is selected, you can see, right? Else I can go this hidden line. So what is the requirement currently? Currently we will be changing this. Okay, so here select it with a pressing tab. Okay, select this by pressing tab and then unpin it. And after that, if you need to make any adjustment there, you can make it. But I don't think we require this, right? We don't require it here. So I'll simply delete it. And for this also, I'll press tab and I will select it, then unpin, and then I will delete it. Okay. And now say that I need this to be extended to here so that these two can be joined. I'll unpin it and press tab to select this one also, and then unpin. You need to unpin it, otherwise you cannot change it. And then you need to stretch them. All right. So I will just stretch this one. And there you can see, right? And now let me stretch this one. Okay. Now, if you want to make a proper join, so for that you can go to this steel tab, and there you have this kind of join. Okay, so what is the type you want to make? So let me show you that with this miter join. Okay, so don't select first any of this. Don't select first. Right now this one is selected. I don't suggest that you select it first and then go for. I'll not suggest that. So don't select anything and then go for this miter joint and then select it and then holding control. You have to hold control and then you have to select it. And after selecting these two, just press enter. And there you can see that we are getting this kind of joint. So you have to stretch it more so that you can get the proper joint. Let me press tab for this and then you can stretch it out. Just press tab and stretch this out. Okay, and after that, don't select anything. Make sure nothing is selected, and then go for miter joint. Select it and holding control, select the another, and then press enter. Okay, so now you can see that this is the joint. Okay, and you can just ignore it. No problem that. Ignore the warning, and you can go for the 3D view, and there you can check that extension is done there. And this is the kind of joint. Okay, and after that you can also select it, go to the section 1, and there you can okay, so if you want to move it up, you can just make the changes. So right now this is the joint type. Okay, now we will not do that. So what I will do is like this one was there, right? This one was there. Okay, so what I can do, I can just place this up like this way. Can place this up, right? Can move it like this way, and you can align it also. Okay, that is aligned. And after that, what I will do is cope. Okay, so we will apply coping for any steel element. All right, so the extra part will cut. Okay, so which one will cut? You have to select that first, and then the next element. And here you can see, right? And the same for this one also. Okay, so I will select this one first, and then I will select this one. Okay, so we are having it like that. Fine. And get this option in this steel tab also. So there also you have this coping option. So the coping will be selected for the intersection part. You have to hold control and then you have to select it and then press enter. And there this one is applied. So let me do it with this two only. Let me select this first and then holding control, I will select this and then press enter. And there you can see that this is a coping like that. Okay, so how I do it, just select the scope option, then select it and holding control, select the another and then just press enter and that is done. Okay. All right. So you have to do the same also. Go to the steel tab and there for cope, select this first and holding control, select the another and then press enter and there it is done. Okay. All right. So this way you can do it. Fine. Right. To understand how I have done it. So just do it. Okay. For the scope option, select it, holding control, select the another, and then just press enter. and it will be done. So you have to do it for these options. Press tab, then select, unpin it, and then stretch it out. Okay. So if you are stretching it out, and again you have to select this with tab and then unpin it, and then go for it, go option, select it, and holding control, select this, and then press enter, and there it is. Okay. And you have to do the same for this side also. So this way you can do it. Understand? Do you understand what you have to do for these trusses?
So can we, hello sir,
Yes.
can we do this for the whole means
No, no, no. You have to select these two and then you have to do it. This way you
means
have
one
to
by
go
one?
for yes, one by one. You have to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Now let me show you one more thing about this truss, that you can change the truss profile also. So for that can go with this edit profile, click on OK, and this is the uh, top chord and this is the bottom chord of your uh, truss. And as because this is the truss profile, this is the truss profile. So as for that, you are getting these two horizontal lines, and these are your reference plane. Okay. So now if I want to change the bottom chord of this truss, I can choose this bottom chord, and then I can do some changes. Let me let me make some changes there. Suppose this one. Okay. And now let me go with this split element, delete inner segment, I will split it. Okay. Let me go with this fillet arc. And let me select and delete this. What I can do is then go with this tangent arc. Okay, so right now, okay, so let's go with that horizontal. Okay, so that is the profile which I'm going to create. So this is the uh, bottom chord. Okay, and if you want to change anything in the top chord also, so you can change in the top chord. Now let me just show you with this bottom chord. So let's go with this finish. I have done it by the bottom chord, right? Uh, I think I have missed the bottom chord, so I have to do it again. Let me. Select this bottom chord and then go for fillet arc. Okay, so you have to do the same. Without this selecting the bottom chord, don't create it. Otherwise, you cannot complete the task. It will not be taken as a bottom chord. So make sure this bottom chord is selected, and then you are going to uh, specify the draw option. Okay, and then it is created. Now let me go with this finish, and now it is done. You will see that this is the option which I have created. You can check in 3D. Right. So you can change the truss profile as well. Fine. So this is how we do it for the truss. And we have
Sir,
steel elements. Yes.
so what if we want to copy that to the remaining two?
Means this one you want to place there, right?
No,
Right.
no, no, no. The bottom part you have just made that with the arc. Yeah, yeah, that one. So that one
Okay.
we have to copy it to the another ones.
Okay. So yeah, you can do it. So for that, just select and press Ctrl C. Okay. And then go for finish edit mode. Now let me go to that level 2 there. Sorry, roof. That will be roof. And now let me change the direction. So again, get the section for this. And now let me go to the view. And for this, you can go for edit profile, click on OK, and go for Control V. Okay. Go for Control V, paste it there. This is the one. You have done it. And then you move it and place it and then adjust with the length and all. Okay. Suppose you don't need these lines, you just want to place it there. So where it will be placed, you have to select that point. So select these, enter, and I'll go with this. If I'm getting any midpoint there, or if you have any line there, you could select the. Uh, so let me go this bottom chord and let me draw a line. And then you can go for move, select it, enter, and then the midpoint. Okay. And there you can select at the midpoint of this bottom chord, where you can place it, and the overlapping line. This one, let me delete. And now let me select this one, go for move. I'll place it there. And then you can go for split element, split this so that you got a continuous profile. That is done, and then go for finish. Okay, so this way you can do it. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now let me show you quickly that how we have some uh, steel members. Okay, so how I can add some steel members. So for that, let me quickly delete them. Okay, and let me go to the level 1 for this. For this level 1, I'll go to the column, structure column, and I will choose, let me place this one, this column. I'll place with this column. Okay, so already placed. So let me change it later. Let me select it, and this one will go up to level 2, and there will be no base offset for it. Okay, and after that I will place it on level 2. Okay, sorry. Okay, and now let me go to the column here, and I will place a steel column there. Okay, so let me choose this one. I will place this column there. Okay, and this one will go the height height will be unconnected. Okay. Now let me show you in 3D. Okay, so I have this, right? But this one is not connected with this concrete column. I need a base plate, right? I need a base plate which will be connected with this concrete column and which will be connected with uh, this steel column. Okay, even if I want to weld, so for that also I need a base plate where I can weld it, right? So for that I have this connection option, structural connection. But if you choose this structural connection, no such connection is available there. You will see that no such connection is available there. Only this generic connection is there. So I need some connections. So how can I add it? So for that, I have this connection settings. I'll go to this connection settings option. Okay. And here you can choose what kind of connection you require, column, beam end to end, general bracing. So what kind of type you can choose it from there. Uh, if you go for this wall connection, so all the connections will be listed here. So from the overall list, you can select it also. Now I'll choose this base plate. Okay, I'll choose this base plate and I will click on this add. So it will be the loaded connection and I can use it. Okay, so how many connections, what are the connections you need? You can just add it into this loaded connection list. And suppose you have done any mistake or you want to remove from the loaded connection, so just select it and then remove it, or you can just double click to remove and double click to add from the available connection. All right, so that is done. And now if I go to this connection option, there you will see that this base plate option is right now available. Correct. So I can choose this base plate and then I will select this either this steel column first or the concrete column first. So no matter whatever you select first, you will get the same result. So I'll select this first and then go with this control, holding control, select another and then press enter. And you will see that one connection will be added, one base plate connection will be added. Okay, so just a second. Let me go with this fine frame. Let me change the type. Okay, so now let me check once again. Go for this connection base plate. Let me select this steel column first and let me select this one and then enter. And that is done here. Okay, let me go with this override by instance. This is already there. I'm not getting it where it is placed. Let me change with the wireframe. Should be coming there. Uh, Let me go to this visibility graphics. Now let me check. Okay, so here you can see that these are not available. These were not selected. So that's why I was not getting it. Okay, so make sure these are all are selected in this structural connection and click on apply and OK. And now we are able to see it. Right. Okay. Now you can see that these are your anchors. Okay, and this is the base plate. Now you see when you select this connection, the base plate, you see that the modify parameter option is deactivated right now. If you want to active this modify parameter to change all the parameters, so here you have to select override by instance, and then only you can change it. Okay, so I think I have placed more than one. I don't know. Yeah, so yes, so there was two. Okay, so I have deleted one, and then now let me go this override by instance, and now I can go this modify parameter. Okay, and here we have this base plate layout. So the base plate, how much it will be projected and all. So there it is mentioned. Okay. So the plate thickness is 25. The layout is projection, and from shortening, there is the value shortening or extension value. There you can place horizontal. Okay, so everything you can. Now let me go this none, and that was vertical, I guess, or by column. Go for this modify parameter here again. Yeah. Okay, so plate thickness column. Your column will be shortened with this plate thickness, right? It will lift up. This column will be lifted up for this plate thickness. Okay, that is a column shortening, right? And you can put the value if you want to specify how much value it will be shortened up. Suppose 20 will be shortened up, so 5 will be depth. Okay, will be inserted there. The plate thickness will be inserted there, the plate. So what is the requirement? You can just place it by the value or the plate thickness as per that. Okay, and the direction by the column or horizontal or vertical. Okay, so you can mention that is a shortening or extension value. So that is right now selected this by this column. And now let me go this base plate dimension. So for the base plate dimension, what will be the projection? Okay, so the total projection, you can specify the plate corners, what kind of plate corners you want, like this fillet corner. So this one is called fillet corner for this base plate. You can go this convex to have curve. Okay, so for all these four, you can choose it. Okay, all right. So anchor and holes, you can choose the anchor diameter and all everything. So you have all these things, all right, to change it. All right, is right now connected. Okay, so this is how we will place the connection. Okay, and here if you go for this customization, so you can give it a name, and you can save it. All right, you can save it with a particular name when you customize, so that in next time when you will be applying this base plate with the same properties, so that you don't have to change it, you know, because all the time if you go for the connection, you will be using that default base plate, and you have to uh, change all the parameters. You have to modify all the parameters. But if you customize this one, so that you can make it as a separate. You can define this base plate as a separate one. So here let me go with this name like sun. Okay, Sun base plate. As per your batch name, sun base plate. Okay. All right. And you can go with this add, then go for finish. Choose this base plate, approval status, none. Okay, so currently I'm not getting that option. Okay, this is connection. Uh, Okay, so about this customize option, I will show you in the next class. Okay, and this break option, so you can just select this and just you can break the connection. So if you break it, so you will not get these parameters anymore. All right. So you can just simply break it so that you can select these one by one and you can just edit pattern and all. All right. So you can just have them individually like this base plate and you can edit the boundary and this one as individual. Okay. So you can just simply break that. All right, so we have more options. We have more options in this steel. We have more steel members. I will cover that in the next class. Okay, so this is all for today. And
Sir,
tomorrow, yes, just a second, let me announce it. Uh,
yeah, yeah.
okay, no, okay, no problem. You go on. I will announce it later. Okay, ask it.
So one L-shaped plate is required to connect the vertical one to the base plate, na, sir?
Right, right. Absolutely. So there are some more connections. I will show you in the next class. There are some more connections. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is all for today. Thank you guys.